Now you have your H1. I have seen some Facebook posts of many of my friends. I mean, really, really, really euphoric over getting H1. As if all their life problems are solved. But they don't realize H1 is a slave visa. Remember I told you? L1 is a bigger slave, H1 is also slave visa. So they are not in no better shape. But for some reason they just don't know. I don't know how can someone miss this. But because it solves one problem, so they are happy. Once they get H1, they'll write on their Facebook, H1 approved. My God, I can't believe people in India were sitting there, they must be thinking, man, H1 ho gaya, pata nahi kya ho gaya. Kuch nahi hua. A life of acute desperation will start. Very soon they learn they have to have green card to live a proper life, to live as a human in this country. Otherwise, the life is that of an animal, of a slave. They will soon, very soon they realize this. Every 3 years, every 1 year, they'll get either 1 year extension or 3 year extension. They keep extending their H1. They have to keep doing. They have to be at the constant. They cannot go for promotions. There is a video about that where I'm explaining. There are like you guys won't take the promotions and all because your green card process will be in jeopardy. Every day they'll think of dreaming of going back to India, and every day they'll think, okay, I should be. Next day they'll think that they should stay here. They are never able to make this fair comparison. That's what I'm here for, to help you navigate through this decision-making process and to tell you all about the things, and I'll start giving solutions very soon. But for now, let's understand the gravity of the problem. Basically, what happens is, when you're an H1, then you go through this process of, you have to get your green card applied. All these big companies, Oracle, etc., they don't apply your green card right away. They'll always be having some kind of a waiting period, like 2 years, 3 years, which may come back and hit you very hard because your green card will get delayed. And sometimes, because of 1 year, your green card get delayed by 2-3 years because some rules would change and all that stuff. Rules never change to become better for you. They always change to become worse for you. So if the rules change, then it will always come out to be, you will always, don't get surprised, they will always be working against you. Okay? Now what happens is, so in green card there are 3 stages. First, they apply for LC or perm, which takes about 5, 6, 7, 8 months. It depends obviously on many situations, but on your own personal situation. But then after that, the second stage is I-140. If you're married, if once your I-140 gets approved, which takes about 7, 8 months, 1 year, and like that to approve. It used to be premium processing. There is premium processing also, but because of COVID, there is no premium processing these days. So, but anyway, once it gets approved, in premium processing, it used to get approved in like a month or so. So then your wife will be able to work also. She'll get something called as H4 EAD. All these are major milestones. Trust me, when your wife gets H4 EAD, she's the happiest person. She's one of the happiest persons on earth. See, so what kind of artificial happiness are we talking about here? Then, after a long wait, then the long wait will start to be able to file your 485. When you are able to file 485, then again you will be checking your priority date to see when it will get approved. When your 485 will get filed, then 2 things will also happen. Advance parole and EAD will also happen. It's optional, but everybody goes for it because advance parole gives you the ability to not to go to your country for stamping. Similarly, EAD allows you to work without a work permit. You can work for anybody. You get that free visa. You get a free visa. You can work for anybody. They don't have to spend any money because you're not on visa anymore. You're on EAD. It's called as GCAD. So another thing that H1 people should always know is whenever they are on visa, they cannot go to India so easily. During OPT, during H1, during I-140, everything till the time they get their green card. Till the time they get their advanced parole, advanced AP. Entry and exiting of this country is full of danger. They may stop you at any time. You see, the way it works is your visa keeps getting, your visa is different, your visa stamp is different. When your visa keeps getting extended, let's say it's extended for 1 year, and then you go to India and then you get it stamped. But then next year, then you come back and then it gets extended for another 2 years. Now your visa stamp is outdated. Rule is if you have to go to India, then your visa go to India and then come back. To come back and enter the country, you need visa stamp. If you don't, so you have to go to embassy, and they typically reject. You will be in the same line as others, as freshers, and you may get rejection. So that's the reason many people don't like to go to India for stamping. By the way, before 2002, before 9/11, there used to be no line. You could basically get the visa stamping done here in America before leaving the country, so that then you would be in a safe zone, right? But very systematically they removed this privilege from everybody's life. Right? Now basically, this is the life you are pretty much looking at. One very interesting thing. Let's say you want to find a girl. I have seen a situation where a guy is 32 years of age. He came to this country at the age of 25 or so, did his MS, did 3 years OPT. Now he still couldn't get his H1. Now he was desperate, and then he did his double MS, and then as part of CPT, he came to me. When he was doing his PhD CPT, then he came to me. He was already 31, 32, couldn't get married because he didn't want to go to India and get stuck there. Can you imagine? And he was under a lot of loan because of his parents had taken a lot of loan. There was no option of going back, and he said he just doesn't want to go back to India. He never went to India. Very recently I talked to him. He's now almost 40. And I asked him, how is it going? He said, sir, बस इत्मीनान मेरी लाइफ. मैंने उसको बोला, यार भाई वो तू कह रहा था बड़ा बड़ा करता नहीं भाई, अभी मैं सिर्फ ये सोचता हूँ कि इत्मीनान हो मेरी लाइफ में. Only thing I want is just relax. I want to just be relaxed. Now he has green card and everything. The point is, you get so tired. All that energy to have a startup and do something big, all that will be gone. MS, all these things, MS, H1 will basically kill you. They will kill all your energy. You will not be able to do anything big or anything. Just forget all those stupid ideas. Forget those things. 1 in 100 would do anything. We are not talking about 1 in 100. We are talking about you. We are talking about everybody. Okay? It's going to be a very, very tough journey. Full of unnecessary obstacles, full of unnecessary stuff, and you would not enjoy even a single day. On H1, I would admit that when I was on H1, I used to have sleepless nights. Extremely, extremely problematic days I've seen. I've seen some days when just think of just running back to India. And then I would stop and then I'll think what to do. If I go back to India, what will I do? And all those things keep coming to my mind. So I wouldn't go to India either. See, people are not able to make fair comparisons. They think that, I'm making 1 crore here. If I go to India, I'll be making 25 lakhs. Why should I go to India? People don't know. 1 crore here is going to be useless. I was having kids when I used to have these sleepless nights. Because, guys, this is what I'm here for, to help you navigate through this decision-making process, to help you understand that MS, H1, all these things are not worth it. You need to really think very heavily whether you really want to get into this situation. I can tell you whether you go into this situation or not. There could be other factors which could be determining your decision. So I'm not the one who can make all the shots here, but I'm just telling you my take on it. This whole process, 15-year long process, 16-year long process of MS, OPT, CPT, H1, LCA, green card, LCA 140, 485, VAD, AP,